Alright. I've had this idea for quite a while now, and so let's just get straight into the thing. What I'm going to do is I'm going to do a top 5 list of my personal favourite singing monsters in My Singing Monsters. Now, quick disclaimer before we start, this is my own opinion, I think, but most importantly, you will probably not agree with this, and if you don't agree with this, then please don't get mad at me. It's just my opinion. Feel free to put your opinion in the comments, and yeah. So, to start off with, my 5th favourite monster is Sugarbush. Now, I just really like Sugarbush's look, its overall feel. Sounds like someone you could jam with if you had some spare time. I really like his look and his own personal island, although it hasn't been updated in a while. I really like the song, even though it is a parody of a actual song. But yeah, I just really like the chords that he plays and his vocals. They're really good. So that brings us on to number 4. Now, for number 4, we have to go to Wublin Island. And my number 4 spot is Screamoo. Now, I've always liked the look of Screamoo, even though he looks like a paintballed monster or whatever. His sound, I just really like, and I love the harmony. I don't know if you can hear it, but there's a slight harmony, which, in my opinion, is really good. The look, if you get what I mean, is so wrong that it's right. I just love the overall feel. And, yeah, he's just overall a great monster, in my opinion. He's got everything going for him, and though he might be a bit overrated, I still personally like him. And this gives us an opportunity to listen to his sound. It's very calm, not as aggressive as some of the other monsters. It's just, monster singing vocals. So anyway, without further ado, I'm going to go to my number 3 spot. Now, for my number 3 one, we have to go to Fire Oasis, which is a pretty underrated island, but I can see why. And number 3, although really overrated, is Fangler. Now, I really like Fangler's electronic sound. It works well with the fire elements. And especially on Bone Island, I really love the feel that he gives off on Bone Island. And the look, I really like the look of like the microphones hanging down from, yeah. And if we read the bio, he sounds like a true performer. So yeah, it says don't get caught without entertainment of a Fangler, and I just really, in short, I just really like his sound, his look, and his contribution to the island. Now for number 2, I'm going to have to go to Plant Island, and my number 2 spot, in my opinion, is Rare Thwog. Now, the reason I love this monster is just because of his overall look. I mean, there's nothing special about him. He's just a rare variant of a normal Thwog, but his look's really what sets him apart from all the other monsters. You've got the rainbow horns, which are quite... It's not something you would usually see in My Singing Monsters. His third eye's been replaced with a nose. His colour scheme has been changed. Overall, I just really like the monster. He looks so cool. And he's definitely one of the better rare variants, I think. Yeah, that's really why I like him. He's a pretty underrated monster. Okay, so for my number 1 spot, my absolute number 1, we have to go here. And my number 1 spot is Octopus. Okay, let me get this straight. Octopus is so underrated. His look, I think his look is so underrated. I mean, he's just kind of like an octopus, but basically a tree. Kind of looks like a piece of broccoli, and that's what I really like about him. It just looks like something that you wouldn't really see in the game, and he doesn't really fit in, but I think that's what makes him special. And as for the sound, well, in my opinion, I don't know what stands out about the sound, but it just doesn't work with the song, and that's what makes it work. I don't know if you get what I mean. But overall, his sound is so great, and I think he can be a bit quiet if you have the full song, but I really like the impression of like an old man kind of thing. So yeah, that brings us to the end of my top 5 favourite Mighty Monsters. Comment what you would say your top 5 favourite is in the comments. I would love to see your suggestions. And before we end, please hit the subscribe button and the bell. It helps me out so much. If you like the content that I produce, you can always unsubscribe. And liking the video would also help me out a whole bunch. So yeah, without further ado, let's end the video. Okay, see you guys. Bye.